I miss the Hillsong Channel. Yes, I know about all the scandals with the affairs and the money and all of that. And yes, they should be held accountable because God is a God of justice. But there is a hole in Christian content that was created when Hillsong messed up and their channel had to be taken off the air. And we need to talk about that. So, yes, the title was clickbait, but we need to talk about the future of Christian programming. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ruthina Porterfield, God's favorite, and I want you to get to know him. So click on that subscribe button and meet him and me here every 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month so that you can get to know the one who loves you more than you can fathom. Okay, let's jump into the video. So I got into the Hillsong channel, I'll say about 7 years ago during a Daniel fast. And God had told me to not watch any secular television during this fast. And I was like, what do you want me to watch? And it just so happened that the Hillsong channel had just come out. Now, ironically, the Hillsong channel was actually a substation of TBN, the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Okay, I do enjoy watching some programs on TBN. There are definitely a few things that I like to sit down and watch. Definitely a few teachers and speakers that I learn a lot from. But TBN tends to skew very white, very conservative, and very evangelical, which in the United States usually means prejudice and racism. And I would hope that's not what TBN is going for, but Christ followers are a whole lot more than just white. They are more than evangelical and they are more than conservative. The other struggle that I have with TBN is they're lacking when it comes to creativity and excellence in programming. And that is what attracted me to the Hillsong channel. Okay, now you got to remember, Hillsong was a church before it was a channel. So a lot of their content was like their church services, their conferences, and of course their amazing music. Because regardless of everything, y'all know Hillsong worship was bomb. But integrated in all that was some really cool breakout interviews of like the conference speakers, people who were attending, the worship leaders, and they were interviewed by people who were not just owners of the network, but people who were actually skilled at interviewing, which made for a much more interesting conversation to watch. But what I liked most about Hillsong was the innovative programs they had that creatively spoke to your spirit in an excellent and relatable way. Oh, you know what, y'all? That sounds good. That someone might try to steal that for a mission statement. I need to. Anyway, that is what's missing from Christian channels and Christian networks today. Listen, I don't need you trying to push your political opinion on me, especially not under the guise or the disguise of from a Christian perspective or from a biblical perspective. If you want to talk about political issues, then fine. But let's do it the biblical way, in humility, in kindness, and in wisdom. Let's get some Christ followers together, but from different perspectives, and let's talk this thing out. Hillsong had a really cool show like that called McManus that did exactly that. Or how about a show in a casual setting that talks to new believers about what God has to say to them from the Bible, but without all that churchy language? Another great show that Hillsong had called Cafe Theology did the same thing. Listen, There's a lot of great content out there, and there are some really cool ways that we can reach this new generation of Christians where they are. And we're going to have to do that if we're going to keep the body of Christ growing. But you know what? I want to hear from you. Do you have some ideas of some really cool Christian shows? Or if you could put together your own Christian network, what would it look like? Don't be shy. Put it in the comments below. In the meantime, if you missed any of the video verses, they'll be in the description box below. Don't forget to check out the Meet My God podcast, available on all your favorite podcasting platforms, as well as on my website, lucinaporterfield.com. You can also book me on my website to speak at your next workshop, conference, or event. And of course, subscribe. Until next time, peace, stay cool, and God bless.